Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Why don't you introduce yourself, tell everybody your name, company, and what you're going to talk about today.
All right. I'm very glad that I know 50% of you guys, so I'm very happy to know that. Today first I need to do some votings. You guys prefer to have the presentation in English or Arabic? Can I have votes for Arabic, please? Only 3. So we're going to go in English. Sure? Done? Anyway, it's full of infographics, okay, so no need for me even to speak in English or Arabic, so you will enjoy it.
So you could do it in Portuguese?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Okay. Today I'm going to speak about ICT landscape Kuwait, okay. I'm going to focus a lot about Kuwait. Basically, all my colleagues who presented earlier, they were talking in general, okay, numbers in general. This study is specially done for Kuwait. This is exclusive for MASHUP MENA. Later on, we're going to publish the data. I'm going to start.
Excellent. The floor is yours.
Thank you. I'm not going to introduce myself. Data will introduce us as Ipsos Connect. We are the media currency in the MENA region. We are the currency for the offline media and the online media. And I have one tip for all my colleagues who presented before me. There's no media better than media. Mediums complete and don't compete. So this is a very rule of thumb that we have to know about. No media is better than the other media. All mediums are the same, but the time frame or the real-time measurement, that's the difference between all mediums. But in general, all mediums compete each other and don't compete. The gun I see today is a mix of a lot of studies we have done in Ipsos, benchmarking studies, face-to-face interviews, mobile panels, desktop panels. It's a fusion of a lot of interesting insights we're going to see. Mainly, it will be about ICT, general behaviors, about digital consumption, social media consumptions, and so on. Next, okay. We're going to start, before we start in details, I'm going to speak in general about all kinds of media and compare digital media to offline media. And I don't like to call the offline media as traditional media. It's a very false terminology to call the traditional media as offline media sources as a traditional media. So we asked the audience in general, what is your main sources of information? We can see that 64% said TV is their main source of information. Comes next as social media with 62%, news websites and digital with 45%, 43% for print media, and 18% for radio. Of course, this is only top 5 or top 6 choices. We have a lot of other options. For the most credible media, again, TV is considered to be as the most credible media for the Kuwaiti audience, and here we are talking about the adult population in Kuwait, 15 years plus, that represents around 3.2 million adult population in Kuwait. So again, TV is the most credible media with 34%, digital and social media with 32%, comes third with 28% for the newspapers, radio with 3%, and books with 2%. When it comes to the media, this is forecasting. We ask people what the media they will use less in the near future. People said that they will consume less radio in the near future. And when we speak about near future, we are talking about 2 to 5 years bracket. So 49% of the sample said they will consume radio less in the near future. Comes next magazines with 42%, daily newspapers with 30%, and TV with 29%. And since we already mentioned that TV is the main source of information for the Kuwaiti audience and is still considered to be the most credible media, we thought of having some touch points and multitaskers to see what people do while they're watching TV. So we can see that 7% only, they don't use any kind of mediums or mobiles while watching TV. 45% use mobile phones, 2% for tablets, and PC and laptop with 44%, and others like print media probably with 2%. Now we're going to focus a lot about the internet and live streaming. We're going to speak about the internet penetration, e-commerce, and so on, browser usage, online streaming, and other aspects. We can see that the internet penetration in Kuwait increased from 89% in 2014 to 91% in 2015, and we reached about, if you can see on the right corner, 2.9 million internet users. So we have now in Kuwait 2.9 million internet users out of 3.2 adult population. Okay? When we speak about how conventional media is going online, we can see that there's always a growth, okay? When it comes to live streaming for TV, between 2014 and 15, we have also an increase in the radio streaming from 11% to 24%, with around 12% increase, and there's a minor drop for the e-news platforms, those people who go to websites to read the newspapers, with around 1% only. Browser usage, main browsers used in Kuwait, we can see that Chrome has the lion's share with around 84%, Explorer 32%, Firefox 16%, and 8% for the Safari. And I guess here everyone use Chrome, probably. Who uses Chrome here? Chrome, Explorer, Safari. Okay, great. When it comes to online video streaming, we can see that music videos are the most streamed online content in Kuwait. We have around 63% of those who stream online stream mainly music, 63%. Personal videos, okay, we all know what's personal videos, with 50%. Promotional advertisements, 42%. Educational stuff with 38%, and movies with 29%. Top online downloads, again, top 5 or 6 online downloads done on a monthly basis. There's around 30% of our sample or total adult population in Kuwait, they don't do any monthly downloads when it comes to laptops and PCs. 62% for music, 59% for softwares, desktops, 25% videos, documents and books, 13%, and games, again, with 15%. Electronic games, now we're going to move a little bit to electronic games, because now this kind of media is really improving, but still advertisers are not smart enough to consume this kind of media. Okay, we're going to speak about the electronic games penetration next, please. We have a total penetration of 43% of Kuwait's adult population use or play electronic games. Out of those 43%, we have 75% of them play online, which is a very high number, yet not consumed when it comes to money spent-wise. The profile, 60% of them males, 40% of them are females. And this is like device penetration for the e-gaming against time spent. So we can see, for example, gaming consoles like PlayStation 3 or 4, although it has only 8% penetration, but it has the highest time spent per user with 56 minutes. The highest for the mobile e-games penetration with 94%, with an average 33 minutes. Desktops with 3% only, with 48 minutes. Tablets is a good penetration with 17%, with 29 minutes. So probably, mainly we can analyze from this slide, the highest penetration for games goes for mobiles, the less for game consoles, yet the highest time spent is for game consoles. E-commerce also, we're going to see the trend of e-commerce, what's the penetration 2014 against 2015. So we have around 35% of the Kuwait's population has done some kind of e-commerce activity in the last 6 months. 21% for e-banking, 12% for purchasing items, 12% again for paying online bills, others 1%, and we have 65% they don't do any e-commerce activity. They did not do any e-commerce activity in the last 6 months. Although we have a very high mobile penetration, as we're going to see in the upcoming slides, still e-commerce, as my colleagues earlier said today, still e-commerce in our region is not really growing fast. Okay, what kind of products purchased online, or things that people purchased online when it comes to e-commerce? We have clothes with 45%, accessories, jewelries, and so on with 40%, airline tickets 36%, softwares 13%, hotel reservations 12%, and if you can see that we have also 3% of those users started buying groceries online, which is something very weird for me. Okay, payment of methods, those who purchased online, what kind of payments they did, how they did it, the transactions. We can see that 64% is out of debit cards and credit cards, and this is exactly matching what the guys from MBK in their showcase said about the importance of ATM, debit cards, 64%, credit cards, any kind of credit card is 24%, and cash on delivery is 10%, and it's increasing year after year. Now, a very interesting part for all of you, the social media part. We're going to speak about top social media platforms used in Kuwait, profiling those social media networks, who uses what, and so on. Okay, our social media penetration out of internet users increased from 92% to 96% in 2015. We have a growth of around 4.3%. And the penetration is higher on males, of course, with 97%, and the penetration by age group is the highest among 15-24 with 98%, almost 100%, and even on the older ages, like 45 plus, it's also considered to be very high with 91%. Next. Okay, so when we speak about penetration, we're gonna classify top social media platforms by different targets. We can see that when we filter or do analyze by different targets, we see that those rankings change from, or percentages change from audience to another. So on total population, when we speak about total population, we speak about locals, Arabs, and non-Arab expats. We are speaking about all the nationalities that represent 3.2 million. Okay, we can see that Facebook is the highest with 81%. Comes next for the first year. Instagram passes Twitter in Kuwait with 33%, 31% for Twitter, 11% for LinkedIn, and 9% for Snapchat. When it comes to local and Arabs, we excluded the non-Arab expats. We are talking purely about locals, Kuwaitis, and Arabs. We can see that how much Facebook dropped down with 68%. Twitter is higher than Instagram, with 54% comes third. Instagram was with 51%, Snapchat 13%, and it goes up by 4 points. And LinkedIn is almost the same percentage, but in fourth rank. When it comes to locals, the picture is totally different. We can see that Instagram is by far number one. It's 75% for Instagram, 69% for Twitter. Facebook comes third with 41%, 16% for Snapchat, and LinkedIn with 12%. Also, another slide, I'm going to go quickly. We can see that how on, please one slide back. We can see that how on expats is Facebook is like by far number one. It's 96% penetration on expats. The very next platform is Instagram with only 11%. Males and females, we can see that Instagram and Twitter are very close to each other. Next. Here we are profiling the users. So we took those people who said, I'm using Facebook, or I took those people who said, I'm using Instagram, or Snapchat, or so on, and we profiled them so we can know who's using what. So if you can see on the, no, please one slide back. So you can see that on the right corner, beside each logo, we have an absolute number. This is absolute number is like the real number of penetration in Kuwait. So when we say 98% for Facebook, for example, it represents 2.25 million. So we have around 2,225,000 users in Kuwait for when it comes to Facebook. We can see that Facebook is more oriented towards males with 67% and mainly pushed by expats with around 54%. When it comes to Instagram, we have around 914,000 users, mainly coming from the age bracket 15-24 and 25-34s, with mainly locals around 60%. So we can see that how much Instagram is very solid when it comes to Kuwaitis or locals with 60%. Also, when it comes to Twitter, Twitter considered to be a very local platform in Kuwait, with around 56% of them from Arabs, 59% males, and also age bracket between 15 and 34. Also, one another slide for social media. We can see that we have around 240,000 Instagram users in Kuwait. They are mainly coming from females with 66%. So imagine how much this platform is like pushed from female with 66%. Also, 50% of them are coming from locals. LinkedIn is like a fair platform for everyone. It is like divided equally among all nationalities, and it's mainly coming from the age bracket 25-34, and this is the age bracket where are job seekers. Okay, average time spent on social media per user per day in Kuwait is almost the same minutes in 2015, and the frequency of using social media, 85% of them use the social media on daily basis, so this is very high frequency. YouTube also, we did not consider YouTube as part of social media networks. We gave it a separate slide for itself. 79% of social media users do browse or do go via links to YouTube. 79% of social media users watch YouTube videos on social networks. That shows how much people embarrass videos, YouTube from other channels. The users are mainly from expat, 50%, 65% from males, and the highest age bracket is again for the 25-34. Do social media users follow specific brands on social media? Yes or no? 52% do follow any specific social media brand in Kuwait. Why they follow it? Mainly because they find it interesting content, with 67%. To stay tuned for promotions, 50%. To stay updated with, sorry, I cannot read. 50% is to stay updated with promotions, 24% because friends are following this brand, and so on. So the highest reason why people follow a specific brands online is because they find this brand has interesting content. Okay, tablet devices, quickly. As previous speaker said, yes, mobile is eating tablets. Also, we have a drop of 2% compared to last year when it comes to tablet usage. It's not gaining a solid market share against mobile, at least. So we have only a 26% penetration on tablets in Kuwait. The highest comes from females. Also, we have, out of this penetration, females use tablets more with 31%. The highest age bracket is 15-24 with 37%. Mobiles and smartphones. We're gonna speak a lot about mobiles and smartphones. Next. We have, this is regular mobile. This is not a smartphone, this mobile that everyone used to have. This is, of course, 100% penetration, even when we remove multiple devices. It's more than 100% actually, but we have to present it as 100% for traditional mobiles. And out of this 100%, the profiling, like 64% is for prepaid, postpaid 36%. Most of them are personal accounts with 98%, and this is the penetration for regular phone calls, not 3G or 4G subscription. 41% for Zain, 36% for Orido, and 26% for Viva. Okay, claimed average monthly bill. Okay, 63% of those users claim. Okay, this is very important terminology to concentrate on. People usually claim to pay more on bills when it comes to mobiles. So 63% claim they pay between 10 and 50 KD. Only 3% claim they pay 50 KD and above. Next, please. Okay, now here we're gonna speak about smartphone penetration, not mobile, the smartphone that everyone also has. We have reached 93% penetration in Kuwait out of the internet users, so it's a very high number. I think we are talking about 2.4 or 2.5 million smartphone users in Kuwait against 86% in 2014. Next. Again, the age bracket penetration by age, the highest goes for 15-24 with 96%, and the lowest still, it is very high for the 45 plus with 86%. As we can see that within age, a little bit the penetration goes down. Okay, operating system, Android is like 55% in 2015, iOS 37%, and others 8%. Who has the others here in, who has others like non-Android, non-iOS here in this room? No one. Android? Please, I need hands. Okay, so probably it's, yeah. Okay, so this is representative for you. I think it's only for locals. When it comes to Kuwaitis, the iOS is a little bit higher. Okay, and why people consume smartphone, or the main usage of smartphone in Kuwait? 83% to send, receive videos, 65% social networks, 54% search for the net, internet calls 53%, chatting 51%, emails 47%, and you can see the last one, maps and direction, 27%. I am one of them, although I was born in Kuwait and lived in Kuwait for a long time. I have every time, when I go to any place, I have to use the maps. Okay, internet access through mobile. We have an internet access through mobile or via mobile with 93%. Out of this 93%, 28% use it while using Wi-Fi. Data services, 3G or 4G, with 39%, and both using Wi-Fi and data services with around 34%. Mobile apps, again, this is very matching to what the colleagues said earlier. We have a drop in the mobile apps penetration, okay? It was 75% in 2014. We have a drop of 2%. I'm not gonna call it major or minor. It's up to you to decide. I'm not gonna say it, maybe it's part of the margin of error in any study. No, I'm gonna say that maybe people, because are having bad experience with apps, not very solid apps while using a lot of bugs and so on, not a good, what we call it, not good experience with apps, so that's why we have a small drop in the application, downloaded applications, with around 73% compared to 75% in 2014. Main chatting platforms on mobile, WhatsApp is the highest with 90%, Facebook chat Viber comes next with 67%, Facebook chat 62%, Skype 48%, BBM, 20%. Who uses BBM? No one, only me. Okay, Tango, 12%, Yahoo Messenger, 11%. Okay. Also, online purchases from smartphones have only increased by 1% in 2014 and 2015, with around 23% only. Top applications, downloads on Android, okay, we have classified them as per the stores, okay. So we have on news and magazines, we have Daily Hunt, with Daily Hunt comes first, Nabt, which is a local but has like hands everywhere in the region, ranks number 2, ABP Live, GeoNews, and something called hashtag comes 5th. Social networks, Facebook, when it comes to app, only on Android. Here we are speaking about Androids. Facebook, Tango, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. When it comes to services, we have For Sale, we have the Ministry of Information, we have, Ministry of Interior, we have Viva app, we have Payt, and we have Kuwait Finder. This is when it comes to Android. The picture a little bit changed when it comes to iOS. Next, please. We have, when it comes to news, Darwaza is number 1. So it's showing that it's very good on iOS, or people using iOS mainly are locals, and locals, use a little bit Darwaza more than the other app, with first rank. Also, again, NAP with second application, and so on. We have also Yahoo News, and we have Arai, a newspaper app. When it comes to social networks, WhatsApp, then Viber, then Imo, Facebook, and Facebook Messenger. When it comes to photos and videos, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, iMovie, and TubeMate. Top websites, when it comes to desktop users only. We spoke about mobiles, we spoke about apps, now we speak about top rankings websites among desktop users. We divided them between news, one slide please back. We divided the classification for the news websites, local websites, and regional websites. So we can see that this is based on the latest data we have in September 2015. So RAI has the highest penetration with 5.9% reach among internet users, desktop users. الوطن, الأنباء, القبس, الآن.cc, جريدة, and الكويتية. Top local websites, we have Kuwaitiyat, Indians in Kuwait, Layalina, Wasit.net, Yabila, Q8 Car, and Al-Abraj with 1.3%. Next slide is mainly top regional websites from Kuwait audience when it comes to desktop and laptop. For those people who are taking photos, you can find this presentation on slideshare.com for Ipsos. You can have it all free. Okay. سوق.com was 14%, bait.com was 7.8, سوق المفتوح اليوم السابع, MBC, Market VIP, and so on. أخبار 5 to 1, Fatakat, Islamic Web, and so on. We can see that there's a variety of regional platforms when it comes to top regional platforms used in Kuwait. One final slide before the takeouts. Also, this is a very important slide you have to focus on. I'm going to stop here for a while. And again, I'm going to make sure that, because to be frank with you, I was very upset, or at least what we call it, انزعجت, okay? When speakers before me started attacking traditional media. I don't know why. We have been in this market for 25 years, and in Kuwait, 18 years. And we know what does traditional media mean in Kuwait. And if the newspapers do shake the social and economical situations, not influencers. When you watch news on TV, this is what makes shakes in the country when it comes to social and economics. Again, not influencers. So we have to give a big importance to the traditional media, and that's how it shows here when it comes to penetrations, okay? You have daily newspapers penetration, 67% reads newspapers on daily basis in Kuwait. No wonder we have 15 daily newspapers in Kuwait. No wonder they have the highest market share when it comes to ad spend. So newspapers has a very high penetration with 67%. Okay, I do agree with weeklies and monthly magazines have a very low penetration with around 23%. Radio consumption is very high. Who does not listen to radio in the car? Everyone, who listens to radio in the morning? Please, everyone can have a look. Everyone uses radio. Who does not read the newspapers? Doesn't read. Okay. Cinema, 41%, based on 6-month usage, which is considered to be high because it's one of the few things that you can do in Kuwait. TV penetration is 95, and this is reflective to when it comes to main source of information and most credible media with 95%. Mobile penetration 100%, internet penetration 93%, representation of 2.9 million, and this is all reach. Ipsos is the only company that can give you a one currency and one penetration for all medias. So this is one slide that can compare for you all kind of media penetration in Kuwait, and even we have it for the region. Internet 91%, social media 96% out of 91 internet users, so we have around 2.7 million social media users in Kuwait. So we only have 200K to not use social media in Kuwait out of internet users. Smartphones penetration is very high with 93, mobile apps 73% with around 2.2 million, and e-games with 43%. The takeout slide, I think this is where you should take photos and take notes, because this summarizes all the work we have done. TV is still the king of all media with the highest penetration, main source of information, and most credible media. And here we are talking about massive sample sizes we do. It's not 1,000 sample size, we do it yearly. It's a sample of 2,000 every month. So we are doing around 24,000 sample size on yearly basis for the TV, around 8,000 or 9,000 sample size for the radio, 3,000 for the internet, 3,000 for the print. So we are doing around 60 to 70,000 interview per year, including the mobile panels and desktop panels, just to share with you knowledge. Okay, traditional radio is the media that will be used less in the near future, followed by monthly magazines. Adult internet penetration reached 2.9 million users in Kuwait. TV live streaming has the highest penetration compared to radio live streaming and e-news platform reading. E-commerce penetration reached 35% among internet users. We have 2.7 million social media users in Kuwait, and for the first time in 2015, Instagram overpasses Twitter, and Snapchat is the highest growing social media platform in Kuwait. The average daily time spent per user on social media in Kuwait is around 1 hour with around 51 minutes or 52 minutes. Smartphone users with 2.2 million users. And the last fact is smartphone shopping is at 23% penetration with a very minor growth compared to 2014. That will be my last slide. Sorry, a lot of information, but we have to share with you this this kind of insights. We have this kind of data available in our SlideShare account. We can even come to your offices and present this again, and thank you.